Rick Stansberry certainly doesn't get the acclaim he deserves for his success in Starkville. In 12 years, he has taken 6 teams to the NCAA tournament and won SEC regular season and tournament titles. And big things are expected from his Bulldogs once again, as they are picked to easily win the West and lock down a tournament bid.
I've learned a long time ago, guys, hey, I can't control what you guys think or say or what you think our team's going to be. Our goals are the same every year. And we're going to worry about things we can control, what happens between that line. And our goals are the same, compete for a championship. I hope you guys are right.
At Ole Miss, Andy Kennedy is hoping his NCAA hopes don't ride on what happens in Atlanta. This year, he hopes to have a solid foundation before he gets to the home stretch.
As a coach, you want to go into the month of March with the opportunity to control your own destiny. 3 of the 4 years that I've been at Ole Miss, we've been in that position, and quite frankly, we just have not gotten it done, whether it be us not taking care of our business or us not playing well enough where we're dependent upon somebody else to do our work for us.
The schools outside of Mississippi figure to be on the outside looking in. Anthony Grant enters his second year in Alabama with a team that he has more trust in than his squad a year ago.
I said last year, about our team that we were undersized and underskilled and that we had a very slim margin of error in terms of the things that we need to do to put ourselves in position to win, especially with a roster of 9 scholarship guys. And right now we've got 12 scholarship guys. The key for us will be to stay healthy and to continue to work to get better every day in terms of understanding the style of play.
Perhaps unfairly, John Pelfrey may be on the hot seat at Arkansas this season, so it probably doesn't help that his best player, Courtney Fortson, bolted after last season. But the fourth-year coach is taking the glass-half-full approach.
You know who you got to stop. You know whose hands you got to get it out of. If they're not having a particularly good night, it can lead to maybe the whole team not playing well or whatever. Certainly, I don't think that's going to be the case this year. We don't have any one guard maybe as physically talented as he is, but I think we got strength in numbers.
After winning the SEC 2 years ago, it was a rough road for LSU last season. And while Trent Johnson's team doesn't stack up talent-wise to the rest of the SEC just yet, he believes no team will be more fundamentally sound than his Tigers.
I feel really good about this group being as good a basketball team as they can be. And if we are in situations where we're not successful or people will beat us, that's because they're better, and that's because they're better.
Bringing up the rear is expected to be Tony Barbie's Auburn Tigers. After tasting success at UTEP, his first year on the Plains will be spent making his team believe that they can compete in the SEC.
When you have a young team and you're trying to teach them what this level's about, you can have the fanciest offense, you can have the trickiest defense, but if your teams aren't tough-minded and tough physically and they don't compete, you're not going to be successful any way. So that's what we're trying to do.
So little is expected out of the West that only 2 players were selected for the All-SEC preseason teams. But while the West may be thin on stars, they should have 2 strong teams in the Magnolia State that could be dancing. At SEC Media Day in Birmingham, Paul Boron for CST Tonight.